Marriage is like a fortress besieged. Those who are outside want to get in, and those who are inside want to get out. The same is true for career. The lifestyle that you envy may be the same lifestyle another person trying to get out of. Today, I want to share with you 4 reasons that you may not want to become a software engineer. If you are new here, I'm Moon. I spent 12 years in biology research before pivoting my career into a machine learning engineer. Neither that decision nor the process was easy for me, and I certainly didn't become an engineer just so I can live. So when I made that decision, I do not want to further progress in this career track anymore. Believe me, that was difficult. However, with that said, I do not regret learning coding and getting a well-paid job. But in today's video, I want to share with you how my perspectives have changed after working 2 years full-time, and why you may not want to become a software engineer. The first problem is the reward doesn't scale or compound. Software engineer is a salary-based job. If you think your money as the water in the tank, there's one side that you can pour in as you earn the money, and there is the other side the water leaks as you pay for your living expense. However, there is a hidden factor, our economic inflation. The current inflation rate is anywhere between 8% to 12% depending on how you calculate it. Let's take just 8%. If you do the calculation, you will see half of your money value will vanish in less than 10 years. So what's the point? Do you work so hard just to get your money diluted? What I'm trying to say is this is not nice, but at some point you have to find a way that make money with the annual return higher than the hurdle rate, just so that you don't become the victim of the economy. And even the inflation rate is not high, let's say it's 2%. But the nature of salary-based job is you are selling your time in exchange of money, which means you will work forever. While a salary-based job is safe, and also it provides you a stable and structured environment, which is great for your mental health and your family life. However, it will not make you a fortune, and you will need to work forever. That is a deal breaker for me. It is riskier and harder to become a business owner or content creator, but once you figured out the game, it scales. Second, the process is way boring than expected. So I chose to be a machine learning engineer because it's both fun and lucrative. However, over time I realized the real reason is lucrative, not fun. Because when you work in a job environment instead of like a Kaigo or personal project, there are a lot of things that are not related to machine learning at all, but they need to be done to deliver the things to your customer. So it takes genuine interest in your team, in your project, in your customer, to get them delivered, which I'm just not that interested in. And I also realized to stay engaged with the game itself needs to be well designed. So lately I've been reading this book called Gamification, where the author introduced a framework called Octalysis that describes the 8 core drives of human motivation. So I asked myself, do I find it more meaningful to build a large-scale machine learning system than creating a funny meme online? No, I find it's more meaningful to spend hours creating a silly photo to make someone laugh than dedicating myself into this initiative from a big corp. Do I feel more empowered as being an engineer? I feel empowered by the fact I know how to code, I know how to think, and I get paid well, so I have more security. But I do not really feel empowered specifically by this profession. Do I feel I have more social influence as an engineer? I tried to justify my personal influence through the impact of my company. However, when I saw someone with real social influence, all my justification crumbles. I'm not gonna go through all the 8 factors here, but overall, I just don't see the motivation together is strong enough to justify the time cost. I think to be great at anything, it takes personal pride and a clear vision to drive you through to get excited every morning, even though the day before you were totally beaten up, which I don't have those. The third problem is the career progress can be very slow. Time has the highest cost. Whatever life choice I make, time will pass by. So why don't I choose the one that will accelerate my life the most? When 10 years pass by and I look back at my life, how would I justify spending 10 years to reach this senior or principal level? I can't, because the vitality and the originality of life can't be measured by the unified metrics like level, title, or money. If I choose to stay in my current career track, that means I am willing to spend 10 years to pursue that higher level. Because promotion takes hard work, you need finished projects as evidence to build your case for the promotion. While this process will certainly take most of my energy and time, the reward will not be 100 times better. In a way, each life choice is like a venture capital investment decision. I can make 99 wrong decisions. As long as one of them has 100 times reward, my life can stay afloat, and more importantly, I can do more experiment with it, and I can learn more. As an engineer, my level and my income are very much bounded by the industry standard and the growth of the company, which very unlikely to reach 100 times growth, unless I happen to be in a unicorn startup. Basically, the more things you want to do in your life, the higher opportunity cost you will have. And when you get older, that decision will only become harder. But if you do have another 20 years to live, what to lose? The last one is higher income didn't make me happier. I did grow and become more confident, and higher income definitely make me feel more secure. But happiness means something different. It means vitality, which is determined by how much freedom I have in everyday life and how much clarity I have of my own desires. When I started off, I was excited for all the learning process and I felt grateful for what I get to learn. But when the time passed by and people around me are also getting very high salary, it became harder to keep that perspective and that gratitude. When I was a graduate student, I make less than $20,000 per year, but I was living fine. I can pay my rent, my car, my insurance, my grocery without struggles. Now I'm working in big tech, but I started hearing more complaints about money. It's an irony. Compared to my lifestyle and social circle as an engineer, my student life was naive because I didn't know it's possible to make more money. But at the same time, that frugal student lifestyle also removed all the distraction from me, and I felt grateful for occasionally free food on campus. It became very clear that it's not the money that makes me happier, it's the thing I'm working for and who are around me every day. These are the 4 reasons that a software engineer may not be a great choice as a lifelong career. With that said, there is no doubt programming and working in a team have taught me so much. So I think it's great to start with a high-in-demand skill, then leverage that to transit into something even better. I will talk more in the future how to branch out into other fields from a software engineer. If you're interested in becoming a machine learning engineer and how to manage yourself along the way, please subscribe to this channel. See you next time.